Hey guys, this is TheEnder, and I'm back with Group F, round of 32 from the BCTV Star League. This is going to be the losers match. It's a best of 3 between Hassan and Mini. And we are going to start off on the map Fighting Spirit. So, of course, in the earlier matches we saw Hassan play against Zero and Zero won, and Mini played against Tyson, and Tyson won. They already played in the winners match. In case you're watching these videos out of order, I won't spoil that. But since Hassan and Mini both lost their matches, they're going to this match. The winner of this match will play the loser of the winners match in the final match, and that player will move on to the round of 16. So once again, this match is a best of 3. The final match will also be a best of 3 between the winner of this and the loser of the winners match. And you know, we're bound to see some good games. So this is going to be a Protoss versus Terran. In the upper right corner, the yellow Protoss is Mini. And in the bottom left corner, we have Hassan as the red Terran. So far it looks like I've got pretty standard build orders. No crazy rushes or expansions yet. Looks like Mini just threw down his gateway, and I'll expect Hassan to get a gateway as well, or sorry, a barracks pretty soon as well. Looks like he's going to put it right next to his command center. Of course, that gives him a slight advantage for microing Marines against Zealots, if that should happen. It doesn't look like it is. But of course, you know, the Marines are the smaller units, so they can actually run between the barracks and the command center there, whereas the Zealots cannot. So, you know, like I said, it provides a microing advantage so that the Terran doesn't lose instantly. But no rush, just regular stuff going on. Since they are in cross positions, I would say that slightly benefits the Protoss, because the Protoss will be the more macro-focused race. And we have a scout from Hassan going to the upper right position. Unless he does a cross scout, he's pretty likely to scout Mini second. Mini hasn't scouted yet, but he's gone for a fairly standard opening, gateway, core, and gas. So it looks like he was pretty much going to do that no matter what build order his opponent was going, so he instead decided to just save the minerals and not scout. So of course, I'm sure you guys have seen some Day 9 stuff, but one of the points Day 9 loves to make is, unless you're going to change your build order when you scout your opponent, or if you have a better counter for what your opponent's doing, you really don't need to scout. If you're just going to do the same thing no matter what, you know, you might as well just keep the resources and not scout. And that's a bit like what we're seeing here. It looks like now the first Dragoon is going to go out and it's going to do the scouting, and since he was going for that Dragoon anyways, you know, he didn't send an early probe. So on the other side, Hassan has actually gone cross-map scout for his second corner, so he's going to end up scouting Mini last, which is rather suboptimal. But it looks like he was expecting Mini to have scouted him by then, so he kind of figured that he should go to the farthest away one, but it didn't work out for him. Slight deviation from standard, he actually went for a factory with machine shop prior to his expansion, and now he's got his Marines on the ramp, or not the ramp, the bridge. So this is odd. The way they're lined up means that hopefully, oh man, yeah. So the Goon comes in at just the right angle, and so all the Marines are able to fire at once rather than having the Dragoon start to pick them off. But also based on the position, it's, oh yeah, he's going for a push. So 6 Marines, single tank, standard push. We're gonna have Vultures rallied across the map, and they have Spider Mines. This is going to be a good early attack. I believe it's called the FE, the Fast Expand attack. Actually, there's an extra Marine. Why isn't he going? Alright, now he's going. So of course, once again, slightly suboptimal that he has pushed all the way across the map. But at the same time, you know, this is a pretty good, strong Protoss, anti-Protoss push. And since there's only one gateway making units, there's really not that much from Mini to hold it off. Of course, he did do the right thing in having his Dragoons as far away from his base as possible, so he was able to intercept the forces and start laying shots on those Marines. You see now the Vultures joining the army, since of course Vultures can run quite fast even without the upgrade. And since they have mines, they're going to try to really box in Mini to the best of their ability. Now that pylon's really nice there. It's you see it's absorbing the tank shots. Well, the Marines are getting taken down by the Dragoons pretty easily. But we have 2 Vultures and they're laying mines. If too many more mines get up, Mini's going to be trapped in his base. Yeah, because there's no detection. I'm kind of expecting alright, that was a nice pick off by Mini there. Only 1 mine left. So yes, you can micro down Dragoons. Alright, you got the gun. Okay, alright, yeah, and the Zipper's already out, Robo is already ready. Once those mines start to get going down, the Siege Tank needs to run. Oh, Siege Tank needs to run! Siege Tank's gonna go down. And you really don't want to lose that first tank. See, now there's 4 Dragoons and there's only Vultures to slow them down. Whoop! Nice mine there. Oh, what is he doing? He's got an observer. Oh, man. So those 2 mines right there probably just saved Hassan the game. Literally. Because as you can see, he has like no tanks on the low ground, no bunker. He had a single Vulture laying mines, and there was an observer, so there was really no reason for those Dragoons to die like that. Oh, and another one. Yeah, so the proper way to disarm mines when you don't have an observer... Oh, those Dragoons there. So, as I'm sure you've known because you play it yourself, if you try to tell Dragoons what to do, they're rather silly about it. They take their time, they mess up a lot. If they started targeting something else, you have to wait for half a second while they stop targeting that other thing and start targeting the new thing. And so that's why they're just so bad at disarming mines, just with an A move rather than the regular, you know. Anyways, so what you have to do is you have to literally move your Dragoons in slowly, and it's like take half a step and then take a step and take half a step backwards, because they need that time stepping backwards just to target the mine, even if they can see it. And without that extra step of moving backwards, the mine is too close and it's going to explode before they can get their shots off. But it's sort of a funny little dance, and if you're not good at it, you lose the goons really, really fast. And I mean, considering the part where Vulture mines are pretty much free and Dragoons cost nearly 200 resources total, it's something you really don't want to have a problem with. Wow, so this is a rather aggressive 3rd from Hassan. Of course, he was slightly behind after pretty much failing in that initial push with the 7 Marines and tank and 2 Vultures. And it looks like Mini's gone for a fast 3rd of his own, but at the same time he picked up, I think, 3 Zealots and a shuttle. Which, I mean, 3 Zealots, that's... You can't really micro with that. So, the only reason you'd think he would want to do that is if he wants to bomb some tanks and move in for some goon aggression at the same time. I don't think it's actually considered to be a bulldog, since that's like a very specific attack, but it's something similar. Of course, the shuttle will help him get past that wall there at the 3rd, and there's very, very few units, and no turrets. Oh, this is... Yep, that's a dead tank. Oh, and because there's tanks on the ramp blocking, the other reinforcements can't come in. So we've got an elevator there, 2 more Dragoons from the shuttle, and it looks like the other reinforcement Dragoons are just going to take down the wall. And yeah, there's really just not anywhere near enough units for Hassan to save that. He's rather tank heavy right now. He's got like 7 tanks, 8 tanks, and like 1 Vulture. Ah, carriers! We got carriers! Ha ha ha! Yeah, so, oh man, carriers. They're the bane of Terran. So of course carriers like to abuse the one thing that, or some of the Terran's biggest weaknesses. So of course everyone knows immobility is a big Terran weakness, and since carriers are flying units, they really abuse that. But in addition, since this is so early in the game, the part where Hassan only he had 2 factories done. And it looks like I think he was making 3 more, but you really need a whole lot more production to take on carriers, and factories are just stupidly expensive. I mean, they cost twice as much as a gateway. I mean, they're 200, 100, and that doesn't even include a machine shop. And you just need to pump so many Goliaths to take out carriers. But yeah, there's still like no support units. It's all tanks. Oh, this could be rough. Spider-Man hidden behind a tree there. That was kind of funny. I've heard that there is actually a mischance for trying to fire things across the tree. But I've never actually tested it out myself. I kind of like flat maps, wide open stuff, no landmarks to get in the way. Looks like the barracks was rebuilt after the barracks at the 9 o'clock base was destroyed, and of course he needed that to throw down more factories. I don't know if Hassan has scouted the 2 stargates. I don't think he has. I mean, there's looks like 2 Goliaths out, but that's probably just to deal with the shuttle, because the shuttle got away for free last time. Alright, so we've got another comsat coming down at the 9 o'clock. Pretty soon he's going to scout the main and figure out what's going on. Usually the Terran response to seeing the carriers coming up like that is just to attack as soon as possible, since carriers take forever to build. If only there was Chrono Boost in StarCraft 1, carriers would be even more overpowered. But yeah, with only 5 or so factories, it's going to take a while to get out the Goliaths, and that only starts happening once he scouts those carriers. Is that still the first 2 carriers? I feel like it's been like 2 minutes since we've seen the Stargates. Okay, no, it wasn't the first 2. Alright, so there's 2 carriers moving out now. Usually the Protoss will wait until there's at least 6 or so before they reveal them. And usually by then they've been scouted. I don't think they've been scouted yet, considering the last time I saw the army there was only 2 Goliaths in it. Okay, so there's more Goliaths. A lot more Goliaths. He probably has scouted it somehow. Yeah, alright, so it looks like the carriers are going to attack behind the natural for Hassan. And he doesn't have any turrets down. Oh, he's even going to snipe the E-Bay. The engineering bay is going to go down, so no more turrets can be built. Yeah, that's really not good. This is just a great engagement. The fact that he's got an entire arc, he's got the Zealots in front, there's no vultures to keep the Zealots off the tanks. Oh man, Hassan's just going to get slaughtered right here. Even if the carriers aren't even doing much, they forced Hassan into a bad composition. Because of course Goliaths are not bad versus air, but versus ground units they're just terrible. You really want vultures. Vultures are half the cost of Goliaths. They're only 75 resources rather than 150 total. And versus Zealots, I mean, Goliaths do very little. Very, very little. And it doesn't even look like the Goliaths are being microed very well. So yeah, that looks like game. We're just waiting for Hassan to call it. I mean, he's doing a nice SCV block on the ramp, but yeah, alright, there's the GG. So game 1 goes to Mini.